So good morning, everyone. So yesterday I gave an introduction to LoadRunner. So today we will see how to record a script with LoadRunner. For that, I shared one sample application to everyone, right? So before that, these are the applications that I am going to cover in scripting. So we'll start with WebTools application, which is a simple application that you can install and run on your machine. So apart from that, like I will cover Blaze Demo application, which is an online application. So if you observe the URL here, right? So you'll see localhost. Localhost means this is nothing but, so we need to run this application on our local machine, right? On your desktop or laptop. And this is an online application. Blaze Demo is an online application. You can see the URL here, blazedemo.com. So apart from that, I will cover Konakat application, again an online application, and JPEG Store, another online application. And Konakat application, I will help you install on your local machine also. We'll do that for server side monitoring when you are running a test, how to monitor the server and to see how to run some SQL queries and all those. So I'll be setting up this. I'll be setting up this Konakat application on your machine also. We'll use both online application as well as local application. And JPEG Store is another online application. You can set up this one also on your machine. Right? And Advantage Online Shopping, this is an online application. Currently, we are covering online application only. And these are the other online applications for scripting purpose, Orange HRM, MyStore, and all this. So apart from this, you will have some real-time, I'll cover some real-time applications like Amazon and Udemy. Okay. So these are the different applications that I will be covering for scripting. So let me start this 1 second. Yeah. So you should start this WebTools server and you should see this message starting the WebTools Apache server, right? So, and this should be running. You should minimize it. Don't close it. And once you start the server and it is running, go to this URL, type this URL, localhost 1080 webtools index.htm in any of your favorite browser. Okay. So, and I hope I already shared this one also with everyone. There are clear steps on how to start, how to set up application, and how to start that WebTools server and all this. Okay. And here is the URL of the application. I'll share this PPT with you. So I'll check it after the session. If someone did not, or I'll check it tomorrow. So if someone did not receive, I'll share the, I'll make sure that I shared all the software to everyone. I'll fill this, in that way I will check that if I shared it to everyone or not. And I'll give you access to, I'll add you to Google Classroom also, where I will be giving assignments. Okay. Right. So I started the application and I'm able to access the application like this. Right. Now, good. Let's go to the scripting scenario sheet. So we are going to start with user registration script. This is the user registration script. These are the steps for user registration on this application, right? So if you want to register any user, these are the steps for user registration. Okay. Just give me a second, please. So once you are on this page, right, customer registration, user registration page, fill this user registration form, right? Enter your name like this, enter your name, give your name followed by some number, password, give password as password 1. Okay. So and enter your first name, last name, and then your address. You can give any address, it won't validate, right? So it's up to you. Okay. So you can give any address and click on continue. Oh, sorry. So this is already taken off. Yeah. Now, once you are able to register, right, you'll see this confirmation message like this. So thank you for registering and welcome to the WebTools family. You should see this message. Then only it's confirmed that user registration is successful. Clear, guys? That's what I mentioned here. Application displays a confirmation message that registration is completed. Now, if you click on continue button, you will be able to log in. Click on continue button to log into the application and you will see this welcome message now. Right? Even that I mentioned here, application displays a welcome message. Once you click on continue to login, user will be logged into the application and application displays a welcome message, and then log out of the application. So we are done with registration and we are able to log in. Now let me log off from the application and you'll see this login page again. So these are the steps that we are going to develop our first script with LoadRunner. Right? And one more thing is, once you register, right? So if you go to that Web2s application folder, installation folder, go to that folder and go to CGI bin users folder. You should see that username here. You should see a file here for that username, right? You see that here, right? See, observe here, date modified is 9/1. 25 to date modified is 9 o'clock, 9/1. Right? And if you want to see the password, observe here. If you can, this is actually a file. You can see here, this is a file, and you can open that file in Notepad or Notepad++, and you can see the password. Password, first name, last name, address 1 and address 2. Clear, guys? So every user who registered with this application, one file will be created for every user who registered with this application. Guys, is it clear for everyone?
1 second, sir. Subrata here.
Yeah, Subrata, tell me.
Sir, actually, I want to ask a question. I think it is not relevant, but still I'm asking. Sir, I mean, companies are not supposed to see our user ID. User ID they can see, but password they are not supposed to see, I guess. That is in encrypted format.
Correct. So in real-time applications, it will be an encrypted format, but this is a demo application. That's why you are seeing the password.
Okay, got it.
Otherwise, it will be an encrypted format. Okay, I'll show you that. Okay, so I'll show you that in some other application. Okay, in the next application that I'm going to cover, that is Konakat application. There you will not see that password. You'll see in encrypted format. This is an enterprise Java application basically, and Web2s is a simple demo application. Okay. Right. Yes. Now let's try to, so this is the manual flow, whatever I have shown you, this is a manual flow. So before recording any script, right, go through the application manually first and understand the navigation, understand all the steps, and make sure that your application is working fine without any issue, right? And then start scripting. So now shall we create our first script with LoadRunner tool, guys? So launch VUGen on your machine, those who installed LoadRunner. So please launch VUGen on your machine. Those who did not install, please follow the session. You can do it later. Right. So once you launch VUGen, this is how the user interface looks like, UI looks like. So observe here, this is called as menu bar. 1 second, let me highlight this. See, this is called as menu bar. Okay. When I say menu bar, you have to refer to this one, this part, right? So, and this is the other, here you see some other options. So you see, these are the recent scripts that were opened in my on my machine, right? You see under recent activity, you see some scripts, right? These are the scripts that I opened on my machine. So this will show you, recent activity will show you what are the recent scripts opened on your machine. For you, it will be empty. Those who started just now, you won't see any scripts over here, isn't it? And in this section, you will see what is new, means what are the new features introduced in this version, right? And you see some dev web protocol was introduced in this version, right? And what is new in 2021 R2 release and LoadRunner professional video, right? And go through this video, guys. Okay, so click on this and go through that video. Let me show you that. Click on this link and watch that video. Okay. So once you launch the tool, right? So how to record a script now is click on File, New Script and Solution, and you will get a window where you can choose the protocols, right? Before starting recording the script, there are some settings that you need to do. let me quickly take you through those. I will explain this later. Why do we need to choose these options and all? I will explain this later because it will be too early for you to understand. Okay, so all these settings are done on my Vusion already. All right. So I'll explain this later. Like I'll share this PPT also with you, so you can follow this. Simply follow this. I'll explain these settings one by one when I get the context. Fine. Now let me start recording a script. Go to File, New Script and Solution, and you will get a window here where you can choose the protocols, right? And this is a web application that we are going to record, right? This is a browser based application that we are going to record, and which uses HTTP protocol, right? Which uses HTTP protocol as a communication between browser and server. Is everyone clear on this? So we have to choose this web HTTP HTML protocol and choose this protocol. Once you choose the protocol, observe here, it will suggest some name to you by default. Suppose if you select web services, it is suggesting the script name as web services 1. If you select web HTTP HTML, it is suggesting the script name as web HTTP HTML 6, because already I recorded some scripts, right? And if you select CBEL web, observe here, it is suggesting script name as CBEL web 1, right? So based on the protocol that you choose, it will suggest some name, but don't give that name. Okay, give your custom name like this: web tours user registration, okay? So recording 1, REC1 means recording 1, right? And please follow this naming convention. I'll explain why. 25th February, right? So this is my script name. And one more thing is, one second. So let me create a folder for your batch. You can also do that. What we generally do is, I will create one folder for your batch in this folder. Okay, OneDrive documents Vusion. Okay, or else let me navigate. Yeah. So let me create one folder for your batch. So I'll save all your scripts in this folder. Okay. And what you can do is, by default, you will have C documents Vusion scripts. Can one of you share your screen, please? Can you give me control? Can you please give me control? I have sent a request to you, Suraj. Right. Now what you do is, observe here. Once you go to File, New Script and Solution, you'll have an option to choose the protocol. Choose the protocol first, and it will suggest a name. And observe here, this is the default path: C users, user, documents, Vusion scripts. By default, all your scripts will be saved in this folder. Okay. Now what I will do is, I'll give some solution name. Solution name is nothing but your project name. Clear, guys? Solution name is nothing but your project name. And give some name here to the solution or the project, and you select this option, create folder for solution. Okay, and click on create button. Now if you go to that folder, right, C users, let me go to that folder, C drive, go to C drive and users, user, and here you see documents, isn't it? Vusion scripts. This is the folder in which your scripts will be saved by default. Okay. Now what I will do is, I will do one thing. I will add this folder to quick access. This Vusion folder to quick access. How to add that is, go to home and pin to quick access. So that next time if you want to go to that folder, you can directly go to, see, next time if you want to go to the script folder, right? So you just open Windows Explorer and click on these scripts. It will take you directly to the scripts folder. Clear, guys, everyone? I added this folder to quick access. You see here, so that next time you can directly go to the scripts folder. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now I gave the, sorry, I should have given proper name to this. One second, let me do it one more time otherwise, okay? So select the protocol and let me give the name as web tours. Okay. User registration is the script that we are going to do now, and R1 for recording one, right? Or you can give REC1, anything is fine, but give some meaningful name. Okay, don't give script 1, script 2, please don't give like that, right? Now the folder is already created, so scripts folder. So give the script name and let's click on, I give the script name and let's click on create button. So now if you go to that folder, right, you should see here, you see here web2's user registration R1 25th step. Do one thing, so give the solution name also. So if you give the solution name, like it will create in this folder. If you give the folder name, isn't it? So let me show you how to give that. I missed that, sorry for that. So go here and now click on this, these 3 dots and select that folder like this and give OK. Now if you click create, right, so it will be created in that folder, web tools, user registration. I will name this as R2. Okay, R2 for recording 2, R2 for recording 2, and select this folder, guys. Please remember to select this folder and click on create. Now your script will be created in the corresponding folder. Right now you see here in the web tools folder, it created this one, isn't it? Clear, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now your application is running, web tools server is started. Let me make sure that you are able to access the application. Yes, you are able to access the application. Now what you do is close the browser. Okay, close that browser and let's start recording the script now. So whatever we did now, user registration manually, right? We are going to create a script for that. Right? So click on how to record the script now. First, let's understand the UI. This, by the way, this is LoadRunner 2021 version. This is 2021 that I shared with you. So those who are having old version, right? Someone I shared old version to, I think, Lakshmi, right? Because you have Windows 7 operating system. These options will be slightly different. Here you see a red color button. If you are using 12.6, I remember that previously they used to display the record button in a red color. Lakshmi, are you with us today?
Yes, sir.
Did you start Vusion and did you observe that?
Currently, I'm in mobile, sir. I will do it.
Okay, fine. Right. So this is the record button. Observe here. This is menu bar and you have a couple of options here, which we'll explore one by one. And let me show you something. So this is called as Solution Explorer window. Solution Explorer. This is script window, right? And this is output window. Okay, this is output window, right? So for now, that's good enough. Okay. Now let's see how to record a script. How to record a script is like you see a round button, right, in black color. Click on that button to start recording. Before recording, I asked you to make some settings, right? Let me quickly do that. Go to recording options. So go to HTML advanced and select the script type as second one. That is one setting that you need to do. Script, no changes required here. And observe here, scripting language will be C language by default. Observe here, by default, the C scripting language will be C language. And then you have another option called JavaScript. Right? Don't change it, let it be C language only. And protocols, observe here, we selected this web-HTTP HTML protocol, isn't it? So that's what it is showing here. And go to code generation. And you can uncheck this async scan. I'll explain all these options later on. Okay, and go to configuration. I don't see any options over here also. Nothing to change here. Go to advanced and uncheck this generate web add cookie functions and uncheck this generate steps for WebSocket traffic also. Uncheck these two checkboxes. Please everyone do that. Those who are having Vusion, installed Vusion, please do that along with me. Click on headers and select this option. Do not record headers for now. For observe here, record headers not in the list. That is the default option. For this application, do not record headers. Right? Then your script will be looking neat and tidy. Okay. Select this do not record headers, but for other applications, I will use this record headers not in the list. I will explain why later. Okay. Why are we selecting this do not record headers now? Fine. And that's it. So those are the changes that you need to make, and click on OK button. Now all the recording options are done. Whatever I have shown you, all those recording options are done. Now select the browser that you want to use for recording over here. Observe here, it is displaying Microsoft Internet Explorer by default. In recording mode, it is showing record web browser, right? Record web browser, and by default it is showing Microsoft Internet Explorer. And that is a drop down actually, and you can choose whatever browser you want to use for recording. I will choose Firefox for recording. All right. And here you can enter the URL address of the application of whatever you want to record, or else you can enter it later also. I prefer not to enter here. Okay. And click on start recording. So once you select the browser, see in this window, we are selecting only browser. We are changing the browser. That's it. Do you have Firefox, by the way? I believe you have Firefox on your machine. There's otherwise, like,
No, sir, we don't have Firefox. We have Microsoft Edge. And
fine. So when you install LoadRunner, right, you will have some browsers also by default, which will be installed on your machine. Okay, which will come with my LoadRunner actually. So you can see that also. New volume. Can you go to the installation folder? Otherwise, I'll show you that later. Okay. No, nothing to worry about at this moment. Click on start recording. I'll show that later. By default, LoadRunner comes with some browsers. In the installation folder, you will see some browsers by default. Okay. So click on allow access. First time you will get this window. Click on allow access. Okay. So don't import anything. Or else, yeah, that's fine. Select this one. You already have. So Suraj already have this on his machine. Firefox on his machine. Okay, and uncheck this one. Always perform this check when starting Firefox. What is this checking? Firefox is not currently set your default browser. We do like to make it your default browser. Okay, uncheck this box. It will not ask again. And use this. Click on this not now. If you click on use Firefox as your default browser, it will always open Firefox. I choose to click on not now. Okay, now you can see. One second. Vusion has detected the application has encountered the following error. Click on continue. If you get this window, click on continue. Okay. Okay. So read this message, guys. The possible reason for failure may be Windows data execution prevention feature is on. I will explain what is this Windows DEP later. Okay. Again, this is bit early to explain now. I'll explain this later. So I will explain this Windows data execution prevention later on. What is that Windows DEP and how to turn off the DEP? You have steps over here. How to turn off the DEP. So how to turn off? Open control panel, system, advanced, right? Settings button under performance. So let me do that. Okay. Go to control panel. What is the next step? System advanced performance. So go to control panel. System, go to system. System and security, or yeah, go to system. Let me pull it aside, right? So go to system and advanced or advanced system settings. You can search over here actually. Okay, you can search over here. Or do you see any advanced options? See here. Expand the window and let me stop recording once. Okay, and go to advanced system settings, right? And you get this window. Now go to performance. Where is that performance tab? Here it is. See here. So under performance, right? Click on this settings. Settings. Okay. So some options, your Windows operating system doesn't allow the remote person. So I connected to your machine remotely, right? So it will not allow me to choose some options. That is expected, guys, in Windows operating system. Now go to data execution prevention. You only have to do that, Suraj. Yeah. So now turn on DEP is enabled, right? So this is what it is talking about, data execution prevention. Okay. Now select this essential Windows services. Turn on DEP for all programs and service except those I selected. So this is what data execution prevention is. So basically what does it do is, observe here, DEP, what does it do? It helps protect you against damage from viruses and other security threats, right? So I'll explain this in detail. I have actually one slide deck, separate slide deck on this. So you can ignore that for time being and continue with recording. Click on cancel, Suresh. Yeah. Okay. Click OK. Yeah, and go to the recording once. 1 second. Let me minimize this settings. Yeah. Go to the browser. Right. Let me close this control panel also. And enter your application URL now in the browser, right? So this is your application URL, localhost 1080, right? webtools/index.htm. And observe here, you see some event count is increasing. Observe here, there are two things here. Recording events is increasing. Guys, let me. So you see here, recording events is increasing and there is a timer running here. This is nothing but a timer. Okay. Now this number should be increasing when you are recording a script. Otherwise, it indicates that there is some issue with your LoadRunner installation. As simple as that. So that event should be increasing. Now this is home page, right? This is a home page of your application. Next, what is the next step? Next step is we need to click on sign up now, right? Now to separate, to identify each transaction, right? What I will do is I will keep some comments into the script. Click on this comments window. Can you, Soros, can you click on that comments window? Let me highlight that. So this one, yes. Yeah, that one. Isn't it coming up? Hello, Suraj? I think you are on mute. Alt, use Alt A to unmute, Suraj. Or else, press and hold the space bar on your keyboard.
Sir, I started recording when you started the recording on your system, but my events are less because I didn't do anything because you are explaining in the program.
I'll come to your screen.
Okay.
Suraj, are you unable to open that comments? Okay, let me do one thing, Suraj. So I'll stop your screen share and I'll share my screen. I'll proceed on my machine.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now tell me the steps, guys. Just now I explained you how to record a script, right? What is the next step? Click on
Create
give some name to the script and click on create. Right?
Solution.
Solution name also you need to provide.
I already gave that solution. I didn't give that solution name. Sorry, I didn't observe that. Fine, that's fine. So script name is important. This is mandatory. Okay. Solution name you can ignore it. That is optional. So
Okay.
once you start your load runner, right? So once you give some name to the script, right? So you'll see a window like this. You'll see Solution Explorer and the script window. Okay. So this is Solution Explorer and this is your script window. Fine. Right. Now, how to record a script? Click on this record button, right? This black color record button. And you'll get the start recording window and choose your browser here, whatever you want to use the browser for, whatever browser you want to use for recording, choose the browser and so I won't give anything over here and I click on start recording. And observe here, your load runner tool will launch the browser, whatever you selected in the previous step, right? So browser will be launched. That browser will be launched by load runner tool. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now we know, let me use this comments, okay? First I click on this, observe here, it is recording now, the events are increasing and the timer is running here. Now, if you want to stop recording, this is the button. This you should click that square shape button. If you want to pause recording, this is the button for that. And there is a drop down here. I'll explain this drop down later on. And first, let me insert a comment by clicking on this. Once you click on this, you should get a window like this, right? And now I shared the sheet to you, right, everyone? So just copy the comments from here. Copy this transaction name from here and go to comments, click on the comments and enter the comments. Okay, 1 second. Enter number, step number followed by comment. So the first step is navigate to WebTools homepage. Click OK. And now enter the URL, whatever URL I have provided here, right? So copy that URL and enter that URL in the browser. Right? Now you got the WebTools homepage, isn't it? Now go to the next step. So second step is click sign up now. That is the second step. Okay, click OK. You can see the same. You need not type it. You can copy paste from here. All right. I observe here. I opened in Chrome and I am using Firefox for recording. Or else you open Gmail in Firefox and use Chrome for recording. Anything is fine. Clear, guys? So once you click on sign up now, user registration page will be displayed. Right? Let me perform that step now. I'm clicking on sign up now. That displays user registration page. What is the next step now? Enter profile details and click continue. This is the third step or third transaction. Go here, keep a comment, click OK and enter the details. Okay. I will give as M-Pawan1 I already used for registering. Now I am using, that's why I'm changing the number here. And I'm giving password as password 2. And first name and last name give the same thing. You can give the same, or else let me type here. Okay, address 1, address 2. You can enter the city or state or zip. Anything is fine. You can enter either city or state or zip. Even if you enter some junk characters also, it will accept. because this is a demo application, it will accept. Fine. So even if you give some numbers, some junk characters like this also, it will accept because this is a demo application only. I prefer to give this and click on continue button. Now application displays a confirmation message. I clearly gave the steps here, guys, right? So what happens after you perform each transaction? What happens? Application displays a confirmation message that registration is done. That's what you are seeing here, right? Thank you for registering and welcome to the WebTools family. What is the next step now? So click continue to login. That is the next step, isn't it? Fourth step. Yes. Is it fourth step only? That's fine. We can change the, if you miss some numbers, we can change it later. Okay, not an issue. Now I am clicking on continue button to login. Now see here, user logged into the application and it displays a welcome message. That's what I gave here. User will be logged into the application and application displays a welcome message. You liked it, guys? So I know, like, this is I prepared a detailed document so that anyone, even from a non-computer guy, can understand how to record a script properly. So the next step is log out from the application. Fifth step. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Sir, we have to write the comment box compulsory.
Not, it's not mandatory, but if you keep comments, then you will understand. So once the script is ready, you will understand. So what is the purpose of keeping those comments? Now I am done with the with user registration. Now I am stopping the script recording. Now see here, VUGen virtual user generator is generating the script. Right. And now let's go to the script. So your script is ready. See here, your script is ready now. Oh, sorry, I did not change this, recording options. 1 second. Fine, I can do that. So, but your script is ready now. Observe here, navigate to WebTools homepage. Did anyone do that along with me by selecting those options? Whatever options I have done. Suraj, is your recording done?
No, sir.
Anyone completed recording, script recording? Yes, say yes or no.
No, sir.
I completed, but my display was different from this. I said
Okay.
review
Yeah, can you please
starting.
share your screen? Yes, I know why. I know what is the reason. So basically, when in the recording options, so maybe I missed it to select this one. 1 second. I can fix that. 1 second. Let me show you. I'll explain this later, guys. There is something called regenerate script option. I'll show you exactly how does it look. Okay. So just give me a moment. Advanced. Go to headers. And actually, I asked you to select this. Do not record headers, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, and now let me show you, like, how does it look? Your yeah. Now this is how your script looks, right?
No, sir. My script was not looking like that.
So please share your screen.
Sir, I cannot comment, sir.
There should be some installation issues, so as we'll see that later. Okay.
Okay.
Can you please give me control, Karishma? I have sent a request to you. Can you please approve it? Yeah, I got the control. 1 second. So first maximize that and go to action. Okay, did not record anything. Okay, let me do one thing. Go to recording report. Recording report not available. You did not record, Karishma. I think you did not start this record button. Okay, let me set the recording options. Oh. I think you clicked on recording. Okay, that's fine. So let me, is your WebTools running? Yes, WebTools is running. So let me keep a comment. Wait. Are you clicking something? Seems like there is some keyboard issue on your machine. Okay, let me stop recording and just make sure that, okay, click continue. If you get this option, click continue. Stop recording. I just want to make sure that your, okay, the recorded script contains no steps. Seems like there is some issue on your machine. We'll see that later, Karishma. Okay. I'll stop your. I asked you to select these options, but of course, this is not a blocker actually. The issue is not because of this. There should be some other issue. Do not select, do not record headers. And click OK over there. Are you seeing OK button, Karishma? Hey, Karishma, I'm stopping your recording because it's we'll see that recording issue on your machine later on. Let me complete this script. All right. So this is how your script looks like, right? Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understand the script first. Let's understand the script first. See, these are nothing but comments, whatever. While recording the script, I entered some comments, right? These are those comments that got recorded. Okay. And so this is the request. Observe here, web_URL. So this is the URL that this is the application URL that we entered in the browser, isn't it? Localhost 1080 webtools index.htm. That is your webtools application URL, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Right? And next, so this is the first transaction that we did. First, we went to the index page, and then we clicked on. I entered a comment here. Click sign up now, and when I clicked on sign up now, this is the request that went to the server, isn't it? This is the request that went to the server. That's what it means, right? And next, and I will explain the other parts later. Other parameters of this function later, right? So, and web_URL, all these are load runner inbuilt functions, right? So these are all inbuilt functions. Okay. And observe here, there is something called referrer. Referrer webtools home.html. I'll explain what is this referrer. Basically, once you go to webtools folder, right? See, observe here. So this is index.html. This is the main URL that we used. And observe here, your sign up now, where is this option there? If you click on view page source, right? This frame and view frame source. This is home.html actually. This part is home.html. Let me highlight that. So this part is home.html. This is nav.pl. I will explain that later, okay? This is header.html. I think I already explained this header.html. Yes or no?
Yes.
If not, I will explain that later. Okay, don't worry about that at the moment. So we clicked on sign up now, right? And sign up now is there in this part, this home.html. Means from here we are referring from home.html, we are referring to sign up now. That's what this referrer means. In your script, right, there is something called referrer, right? So that is what your referrer means. Again, I will explain this again later on, okay? So if, right, first let's understand the script, right? And this is the third transaction. This is the, observe here, comments are in green color, right? And your script is in orange color and blue color, right? So it is using some color coding, okay? And observe here, whatever details I entered in the form are recorded here, isn't it? Username, mPavan2, password 2, right? Password confirm, password 2. Whatever data I entered in the form, right? Registration form, you are saying that over there, yes or no? See this username, password, confirm password, first name, last name, street address and all got recorded here. Whatever values you entered, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. So basically, what did the script? What did Vugen? What does Vugen do when you record the script? It is. Can you explain your understanding?
It is virtually generated what we have done physically in the application.
Okay. Yeah. Let me rephrase it. So it captured the HTTP traffic. Can we say like that? It recorded the HTTP traffic. Whatever request you sent from your browser to server was captured and it created a script. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right? And next, once I click on continue to log in, right? We logged into the application here, right? And once we log out, I kept a comment here and I clicked on sign off, right? And this is the corresponding step for corresponding request for logging out from the application, right? So it recorded all the requests here in the script, right? Your script contains all the HTTP requests. Okay, you understood now why I explained that HTTP request and all this. So if I directly start script recording, will you understand anything here? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Are you with me? Am I
Yes, sir,
audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
You understood why I explained what is HTTP request, what is the request, what is response, what is request structure and all this. If I directly, see, some trainers are, some people learn from their friends who are working on them. They directly show you the script recording. Okay. So do you understand anything if I show you the script recording directly?
No.
And you should understand why, like what is HTTP request, what is right, and what is get method and all this. I'll show you that. Observe here in this script. So you see here something called method is equal to post, right? You understood now why I spent that much time on covering the basics. I think we almost spent, how many hours we spent till now on basics, guys? Let me go to your batch tracker. We almost spent 15 hours for basics, isn't it? And yesterday's session, I gave introduction to load runner. We almost spent 15 plus hours on covering these basics, isn't it? So this is the reason. So now you should be able to understand, interpret the script to some extent. You see here that user registration form, when we submit the user registration details, that is a post method, and all other methods are get methods. So if you don't see that method parameter, that means this is see, you don't see any method parameter here. Line, this particular line is not there in other requests. That means those are get methods. If it is a post method, it will be shown here like this. Clear, guys? And you should know what is a post method, isn't it? What is meant by post method? You should know that. What is referrer, right? You should know all this. And these are called as name value pairs. And this one also I already explained in the performance testing fundamentals. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Let me go to that particular slide. So here I explained that name value pairs, isn't it? So I think in method get post method I explained that, right? That I explained this, right? Name and value pairs. See, this is one name value pair. This is another name value pair, isn't it? And also I explained this. This is called as resource path. What is called resource path? This is called as resource path. In this example, this is resource path, isn't it? This is your server name. This is your server name and this is your port number on which this application is running, right? And these are called as name value pairs or key value pairs. Some people call it as key value pairs also. Okay, so now the script recording is done. Now what we will do is like, so what is this script used for, guys? What is this script?
For registration.
For user registration, right? So now I will do one thing. So let me replay the script, right? let me replay. And one more thing before replaying the script, right? I want to explain you one thing. So your Vugen recorded all the requests that are going from browser to server. Not only request, it will capture the response also. Whatever response you got from the server also will be captured. Now, where to see that response? See, when you are accessing the application, you are getting some response from the server, right? My statement is, it not only request will be recorded, your Vugen tool will record the response also. What response you got from the server. Now, how to see the response is, right click on any step, show snapshot, use this option, show snapshot, and go to page view, right? And what is this, guys, at the bottom? See, this is your request.
Which we record.
Right, this is a HTTP request that you send from browser to server. And what is this one? What is this page? This is the response that you got from server, right?
Yes, sir.
Understand the terminology, right? Be clear on the terminology first. This is the HTTP response that you got from the server, isn't it? So how to see that? Let me show you one more time. So once we click on sign up now, this is the page that we see, right? We see this page. Once we click on sign up now link. Once we click on this link, we see this page, isn't it? Now let me show you the response for this step. How to see that? Show snapshot. Right? And you see, this is the response that we got, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you can see the response for each step, right? Let me show you this one. Show snapshot. And see, this is the response that we got after registration, right? And observe here, snapshot, right? So this is snapshot window. This window is called as snapshot window. And observe here, in snapshot window, you have recording snapshot and replay snapshot. I will explain these options later on. But for now, understand how to see the response or how to see the recording snapshot. And once we log out of the application, we see the login page again, isn't it? This is what we see, right?
Yes.
And somehow it will not show this one. This part will not be visible. I'm not sure why, though, but not required, not important. That's why I ignored that. Not required at the moment. But see, once we log out of the application, you'll see this login option again. Yes or no? Yes, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
Sorry.
yes.
Right. Now let me replay the script. I did not make any changes. What I will do is I will save the script with some other name. Okay. So I'll save with some other name and I'll remove this REC one. Right. So that what happens is I will keep this one as a backup script. I will keep this recorded script as a backup script and I'm saving with some other name. Clear, guys? So please follow this till you are comfortable with scripting, right? Please follow this, right? Now, whatever changes I want to make, right, I will change in this script. This is my working script. Okay. Now let me replay the script. Let me replay the script and show you what happens. I'm simply replaying the script without making any changes. Now observe here, there is a new window open called Runtime Viewer. Okay. There is a new window open called Runtime Viewer. By default, you will not see that, by the way. You should go to tools. If you want to enable that Runtime Viewer, you should go to tools, options, scripting, and replay. Go to replay, and you have to select this checkbox, show Runtime Viewer during replay. This one will be unchecked by default. Can anyone show this window? I'm sure. Can you please share your screen and show this window, guys? By default, it will be unchecked. Who is sharing your screen? Please make it fast, guys. It's already 10. I have to close by 10 o'clock. Please make it fast. Yes. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Feeling
sir.
hungry? Didn't have a breakfast? Maybe you are feeling hungry, not active.
No,
I also didn't have my breakfast yet. Okay, so fine. So check this, select this checkbox, show runtime waiver during replay. Guys, are you able to follow or you are feeling any difficulty?
We're
able to
following,
follow.
sir. Yeah, we are able to follow.
Right. Okay. So let me show you this runtime waiver. Runtime waiver, and see, observe here, this is my runtime waiver. And you are at the logout page. This is actually at the last step actually, because observe here, forward button is enabled. That means there is no further step. So click on this back button continuously till this button is disabled. Now observe here, this is the home page or index page, isn't it? This is the index page. And if you click on forward, this is what you see. Once you click on sign up now, this is what you see, isn't it? Once you click on sign up now, this is what you see, right?
Yes.
You see this registration page. Again, once you click on forward now, observe here, what is it saying here? Your username is already taken. Why?
Already before script you provided this name.
Right. So when I recorded the script, right, I already used this username. I cannot use the same username, right?
Yes.
If you create a Gmail ID with some name, right? So no one else can create with the same username. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The same way, like I gave some username here, right? That's what it is saying. Your username is already taken. Please choose another username, right? Usually adding a personally significant number to the end of your username will create a unique name, right? Now what I will do is, understood, right? But let me show you the runtime waiver. So what does runtime waiver show you? It will show you what is the response that you got when you are replaying the script. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? But here we got some error because we have sent, we tried to, when we replayed the script, right? What will script do? What will your vUgen does? It will try to send, obviously send the same username, right? Because vUgen doesn't know that we already use this username. Now what I will do is, I will change this to, I'll change the number, okay? I'll change the number to 3, right? And I will replay the
Sir,
script.
we can replay the script only when we have the recorded session.
What do you mean by recorded session?
Recording, sir. We just did the recording, right? So we can replay the script only when we have the recorded thing.
Right. When we are clicking replay, right, what does your vUgen does is it will simply send this request again to the server one by one.
So we have to do recording first, right?
Yes, you have to do recording first, or else you should have a recorded script.
Okay, sir. So
when you are
just now,
tell me.
just now you said that replay session options, right? I didn't record anything.
Okay. You need to have some script recorded if you want to replay,
Okay.
right? So basically, when you click on replay, what does your vUgen does? It will send these requests again to the server. First, it will send this request, and then it will send this request to the server, and so on. Right? Let me replay and show you that. And observe here, when you are replaying, observe here. So it is showing you in a, okay, let me do one thing. It is doing fast because why? Because by default the think time is, see, observe here one more thing, think time is there. Think time got recorded in the script. What is this think time?
The time taken for one transaction to another transaction.
Delay between each transaction, that is called as think time. And okay, let me enable that think time. Go to runtime settings, think time. By default, ignore think time will be selected. I will select replay think time as recorded. Okay. Now it will wait for certain time between each transaction. It will wait. Fine. So we'll come back to that. Now let's see the runtime waiver. What happened now? I'll go to
So
the
it
beginning.
has taken.
I'll come to your queries. Okay, please wait for a moment. So I went to the home page. This is index page. Now if I click on forward, right? So this is nothing but second step, right? Isn't it? This is second step is click sign up now. And this is what we see when we click on sign up now. And what is the next step now? We enter these details, registration details, right? And observe here, let me click on forward. Now the registration is successful, right?
Yes.
the registration is successful, and you should also see that username in the users folder. See here, it was created just now at 9:57, isn't it? This user registration is done at 9:57 just now. Understood? Right? And registration is successful, and it displays a confirmation message saying that thank you for registering and welcome to the WebTools family. And now what is the next step in the script? Next step is click continue to login. You will click continue button to login, right? So click on forward button, right? And you should see a welcome message, isn't it? You are able to log into the application, and application is displaying a welcome message. Clear? And then next step is log out, right? So click on forward, and this is logout page. Once you log out, you see this page.
Yes.
Right? So runtime waiver, what does it show?
It shows the response from the application. HTTP.
Right. So it will show you clearly when you run the script, what happens, what is happening when you run the script. That's why this is called as runtime waiver. Clear? Okay. Now, so now we know your script is ready, right? So you are able to, so whatever you are doing manually before, right? Now you are able to do with the help of the script, just by changing the values here, just by changing username and password here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So what we'll do is, now I want to register one more user ID, right? Let me, right? I want to register one more user ID with this username and password, right? So click on replay again. Now you should see that user ID registered here once the script execution is completed. And observe here, it is taking time. Now observe here, I enabled think time, right? Now it is executing think time, and it's your vision clearly shows what step it is executing at the moment, right? This is the beauty of LoadRunner. Okay, you don't have such options, all these options in any other tool. In JMeter, you will not know, like, you will not have a marker like this, at least, which shows you like which step is getting executed. See, you see a marker here, right? Yellow color, in yellow color, which shows which step is executing. Now it is executing think time, observe here. And also in the output window, you will see what line it is executing. It is executing line number 20 at that moment. Now it is executing line number 34, right? And it is highlighting that think time. So this is the beauty of LoadRunner tool, right? LoadRunner is very, it is the first tool for performance testing, and is very evolved and matured tool, very much evolved tool, right? It has a lot of features that other tools doesn't have.
Notice 58.
Sir, I just
You
replied the
can see the
path
runtime
without
waiver also now
recording.
one by one. See, observe here, you can see the runtime waiver also one by one now. So observe here, user registration is completed, and you can see that user ID in the folder, users folder, right? At 10:02, user registration is done. Now it is executing think time. Next step is click continue to login. Next step is like continue button will be clicked by the, in the script, this transaction will be done, performed, and you will be able to log into the application. You will be able to see the login page or welcome page. Oh, it went fast because I think there is no think time between that login step. There is something time. Okay, I'll show you in the runtime viewer. Okay, let me show you in the runtime viewer. Right here, you can see a welcome message, isn't it? User is able to register and log in. Right now, whatever you are doing manually, you are able to do with the script, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. And now, suppose I want to create I want to register some 100 user IDs. Okay. Every time I cannot come to here and I cannot modify that every time. Again, that is tedious task, right? That involves some manual work, right? So now what I want to do is, I want to register some 100 user IDs. Okay. So let me create some test data. Means I'll create some user IDs and passwords. I'll prepare some test data. Okay, in Excel.
Test data.
Test data. Yes. So, and test data is nothing but username and passwords here in this case. So every time I cannot come to go to the script and change this username here, right? Manually, which is a tedious task. So what I will do is I want to register some 100 user IDs, still 100. Okay. So I'm preparing test data for that. Okay. I prepared some 100 user IDs and I will prepare some 100 passwords also. Password 5. Okay. So type this and again, let's see one excellent feature of Excel. I typed this password 5, right? And I need not to drag it down. See, if I drag it down, observe here, it is increasing the number, right? I need not drag it down also. Put your cursor on the corner till you see the plus icon and just double click, right? Now see here, all the 100 passwords are created.
Sir, only username should be different, right? Sir, password even same also, no problem.
Password can be same, yes. Password can be same, of course. Of course, yes. Right? Now my test data is ready for 100 usernames and passwords. Now what I will do is, right? That's the reason I asked you to learn Excel basics. Please, everyone, those who didn't do that yet, please, learn these Excel basics. If you are using licensed version, then only you will see this option called show training, right? So some people ping me that they are not seeing this option, these videos, training videos. That is because you may not be using the latest version with a license. That's the reason. Maybe you are using a cracked version. That's why you are not seeing these videos. Okay. So otherwise, those who are, then what is the option for you is go to YouTube and you have a lot of videos, right? For, search for Excel basic videos, basic training videos or something. You'll get a lot of videos, isn't it?
Pawan, this is Pawan sir. This is Sunil. I have one question here. So test data, we will get. Is there not any facility LoadRunner will create test data automatically if we input something?
No, I don't think so.
Hello.
I'll come to that one second. So you see here, beginner guide to Excel basics.
Projector లేదు కదా మేడం.
ముందు ఉంటుండే కదా.
Okay, so Excel basics tutorial, right? You see here, right? So go through these videos. Are you right? So those who don't have a licensed version of Excel, clear, guys? Learn some Excel basics, right? Now coming back to the script, I copied this data and do one thing, paste it into Notepad. Why I'm doing this, I'll explain that later. Observe here, there is one space here between this, and observe here. Now what I will do is, I will keep all these usernames and passwords into a file, okay? So that every time I need not come to the script and every time I need not modify it. Let me show you that how to do that, right? So just double click the value and use this option, replace with a parameter, create new parameter. I'll explain this. What is this parameter and all this? Just give me a moment, right? So P, and I'm giving some parameter name. Okay, so I'll give the name as P username. Why I'm giving P username is to indicate that this is a parameter. To indicate that this is a parameter, I am using small p. And click on properties, right? And what does it say here? Data file does not exist. To create a file, click create table. So it is asking to click on this create table. Click on that create table and say okay. Now observe here, this original value is copied into this file, into this dat file. Observe here, one file got created in the script folder called dat file. Let me show you the dat file. First, let me go to the script folder. Where do I have the script folder? You have it in my OneDrive, documents, Vusion, scripts. Oh, not here. This is my default folder, right? So OneDrive personal. One second, guys. Okay, let me repeat. Right? So I'll show that data file script folder later on, right? In a moment, today only. So I'm right now. What we are doing is I want to keep this parameterize this password also. Means I want to keep this username and password into a file so that every time I need not and change the parameters name from here in the script, right? How to do that? Right, double click on the value to select it, right click, replace with parameter, create new parameter, give some name to this, right? I gave the name as p password, click on properties, right? And now we already created one data file, choose that file only, right? We already created this data file, isn't it? So if you click on browse also, you can see the path actually. So this is the path, understood? Let me open that. So where it got saved, guys? OneDrive, documents, views and scripts. Okay. I'll
It's
change
saved
this
November
folder.
2021 batch.
Yeah, I'll change this path. Okay. So, but this is where your script was saved. And see here, there is a data file. You should see some data. See here,
Yes,
username dot
PSO
dat. At what time is created? See here, you can see the date and
25.
time. Right?
25 to.
I'll change this folder path later on. Okay, I'll correct it. Now let's move on. So choose the file, and what you do is we want to keep the password in another column, isn't it? We want to keep the password also next to this username. For that, click on this add column, click OK. And now see here, it copied the password here into another column, isn't it? Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
And click close and say OK. Right? And now what does it ask? Do you want to replace other occurrences of the string with the parameter? What is it asking? Fine, you replaced one password, one value. Do you want to replace other occurrences also? And observe here, it is highlighting the line number 47. Observe here. You see a blue color mark here, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? And let's click yes. Click yes. And because, observe here in line number 47, you have that password again, right? Now it will replace it. Now it will search for other occurrences of the same string and it will replace. If you click on replace all, see, find a text password for replace with this parameter. Do replace all. Okay. And now one occurrence of password was replaced. Right? Now go to the parameter file, right? And open this file. You can open this file by using edit with notepad. And we created some test data, right? Observe here, this username and password are separated by a comma, isn't it? 1 second, guys. Isn't it? Isn't it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Right? And observe here, this is a CSV file actually. Whatever data file that is created, right? That is a CSV file. Okay. The file format is comma separated. Observe here, file format, column delimiter is comma. Column delimiter means each columns are delimited or separated by a comma. That's what this means. Understood or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The file format, right? Under file format section, you see something called column delimiter as a comma. That means columns are each column. See, this is one column. This is another column. And these two columns are separated by a comma by default because the separator is comma here. Clear? Now your file, you should have, when you are supplying the values to the script, right? You should also keep the values in this format only, right? So what I will do is I copied this test data into your notepad++, right? So I will replace that space with a comma. Control C, Control H, and paste it here. It's already pasted. Now I want to replace with a comma. Now do replace all. Now see here, all these spaces are replaced with a comma. Now copy this test data into this file, into this pusername.dat file. And I already used this Pawan4, right? M-Pawan4 is already registered. That's, I cannot reuse it again, isn't it? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
So what I will do is I'll remove that. See, let me show you that. See, this user is already registered. Okay, now what I will do is I'll remove that and use this data, new data. Okay? And observe here, do Control A and make sure that your line is at, your cursor is at the next line like this. It should be like this. Right? I'll explain that again. Okay. For now, I pasted that data into a file, into that parameter file. Which file? pusername.dat file. Okay. Now Now what I will do is, now let me replay the script. Now here I need not modify the script anymore. I need not modify the script anymore. Now let me replay the script. What is the username that it will use now? What is the first file? What is the first line? You have Pawan 5 in that script, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Right? So let's see, like now that user registration should happen now. It is executing line number 20 and it is executing think time now. Vusion is executing think time now, right? This marker clearly shows that, isn't it? Any queries we can discuss when the think time is getting executed? No queries?
Sir, I have the query. Sir, I didn't record any sections, but I just replayed what you said. I changed my settings in the replay options, but my screen was coming. Your Web2 script was passed. How can it happen, sir?
I'll come
Can
to
I
your
sh-
screen. No,
Okay,
please wait.
okay.
Wait. I'll come to your screen. Okay. Now user registration is done, right? So we should see that user ID in the folder, in that users folder. Here you can see that user registration is done, isn't it? So now what happened, right? So we don't have that in the script directly. So what happens here, the moment it comes here, this line number 45, it will go to that file, right? It will go to that file and pick the value from that column, P username column. And here it will pick the value from P password column. And it will use those values from the file, whatever data we supplied in the data file. Understood, guys? Now user registration, the script is completed, right? Now you can see that, also go to the folder and you can see that username and password. This is the username, password is, whose password is password 5. This is first name, last name, address 1 and address 2, right? Clear, guys? Now you'll be able to log into the application with this user. Yes or no? You should be able to log in, right?
Yes, able to log in.
Now you are able to log in, right? Because user registration is done now. Now it'll take 5 more minutes. Okay. So I want to register the remaining 100 users, or I want to, so I want to do that I want to register 100 more users. Okay. So what I will do is, let me go to the parameter file. We already used this M1 file. The first line is already used. I want to use from second line, right? So do you have an option? Yes, we have, right? So let me show you that. First, before that, let me show you something. Sequence each iteration. For password, I will use as, observe here, I will use as same line as P username. Because if I take password from first, username from this line, I want to use this password from the same line. If my tool chooses this one, right? I want to use password 6 for this username, right? How I do that is by selecting this option, same line as P username. Clear? What is this option?
Sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right? Observe here, password select chesi, ee option select cheskoli. Same line as P username. Now go to username, and I already used this Pawan M5. The first line is already used. Yes or no? It's already registered. I can't reuse that, right? So how you can do that is, I want my script to select from line number 2. How can I do that is, here I can change first data line to 2. First data line to 2. Okay. Now observe here, it is showing from second line onwards. Remember, the data will not be removed from the file. Data will still be there in the file. But here, if you change the first data line, right, it will show you, it will reflect the change here. That's it. It will not remove the first line. Understood, guys? We are using first data line as 2. That means it will take the values from second line onwards, from this line onwards. And these are column headers. This is not the test data. These are column headers, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Parameter names avi. Username, password another parameter name to indicate that this is username. First one is username. Second one is password. To indicate that they are using this column headers. Clear, guys? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right? Now what I will do is I want to register some 50 user IDs. Let's say, for example, I want to do some 50 user registrations or 45. Yeah, let it be 50. So how can I do that is go to run logic and change the number of iterations. By default, it will be 1. I changed it to 50. Okay. And I'll remove think time also because it's taking a lot of time, right? I'll use ignore think time option. Okay. Let me replay the script now. It will, so that it will be faster. It will be completed in 2 minutes. Okay. Now see here, your script is doing user registrations for you, right? Now just sit back and relax. Your script will be doing the user registrations, right? Go and have a cup of coffee or tea. So your script will be doing the user registration job now. Isn't it? Are user registrations happening?
Yes, sir.
Right? Now you can see that, you can see that here in action, your script in action, right? As we don't have think time, runtime over, it will be very fast. Isn't it? See here. Still you can see those, right? Thank you, welcome messages, all this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But if you want the think time of this registrations, is that available after the script completion?
So what is the purpose of think time? If you want to wait between each transaction, we kept some think time. So
We
why
don't
I
want
removed
that
the
think
while-
time in the real time work.
Yes, in real time, when you are running a load test, yes, think time is mandatory.
So where we will get that think time if you hide the think time?
Okay. No, it will not be simulated now actually. But actually to save some time, I ignored think time. I selected ignore think time. But when you are running a
Yes,
test,
sir, I understood that point.
mandatory.
If we want that think time for in the practical, where we get that in the real
You should go to
time?
runtime settings. That's what I have shown, right? Go to runtime
Okay.
settings and you should select the corresponding option. I'll explain those options later on. Don't worry about them.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I'll explain each runtime settings option later on. Right? I just want to complete this user registration. Now, is it clear, guys? Our script is doing that user registration now. So our first script is ready now. Done. Now 50 user registrations are completed just now with the script. From 6 to 55, M1 55 user registrations are completed now with the script. Right? Now you understand how to record a script and what is the purpose of the script.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? So, and our first, of course, there are some minor modifications, so that you have to still do, right? But our script is working now perfectly fine. User registration script is working perfectly fine. And these are the steps in script modification. Let me show you that. So there are a couple of steps in script modification, steps in script enhancement, right? So these are the different steps which I will explain tomorrow, from tomorrow onwards, one by one. In today's script, we just did this one, parameterization. We did only
Yes.
parameterization, right?
I want to ask
what
a question. Did parameters comes under the topic of parameterization? Yeah. We just okay.
That's what we did now, right? We did parameterization in the script and we passed the parameters. Parameter is nothing but parameterization is nothing but to pass test data to the script, right? To pass test data to the script. What test data we passed, guys, here in this script?
Username and password.
Passwords.
Usernames and password we passed to the script, right, from a file, isn't it? From
Yes,
this
sir.
parameters file, we passed this data. Observe here, whatever data we kept in the file, right, that is used now. M1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. That's what that is the data that is used now, right, for user registration from here onwards, right? Yes or
I
no?
thought that this topic was a big. You just completed in a second.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Parameterization. I thought the parameterization topic was a big. It just completed in a minute. I just understood the
That's it.
topic. Okay.
That's it. The parameterization concept is done. Okay. Correlation concept is, it takes some time. So I will introduce each and every concept one by one. Okay. So the course structure was designed in such a way that so each concept will be I will be covering each concept one by one. Okay. So if you observe here, parameterization I will cover in user registration script. Next concept is important concept is correlation, that will be covered in login and navigation. So I designed this course or this flow in such a way that you will learn each concept one by one. Okay. I'll stop it here for today, guys. I think we took a long session today.
సార్ రికార్డింగ్ ఆప్షన్ ఒకసారి చెప్తారా సార్?
I'll share this PPT with you. Okay.
ఓకే సార్.
Or else, one second.
Sir, in real time, for example, IRCTC or Flipkart, we will be having concurrent users like 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakhs. So if we want to test that, so we have to create 5 lakh or 10 lakh users and test that. So we'll be waiting for that time, or it will be running in the background.
What is that? So when we have, yes, we may need to create the test data. Otherwise, database DBA will provide the test data.
Okay.
Okay. So since some projects, a client will provide the test data also. Otherwise, we can create it. Simple, right? We can create one script for user registration and we can create the test data.
Sir, what I
Or
can
else you can
understand is,
create it by running a query, by SQL query also, you can create the data.
okay.
So suppose in JMeter, there is threads group and all the things. So here is any fields like that in LoadRunner?
No, you don't. So okay, I will explain that mapping and all later on. Okay, there are the process remains the same. Correlation and parameterization concept remains same, but the approach remains different from tool to tool. The approach differs from tool to tool. So in JMeter, we call that as a thread group. Here we call that as a script. In LoadRunner, this is nothing but a thread group. In LoadRunner, here we call that as a script. Okay. Those who join, like, let me show you that JMeter PPT. Once we go to JMeter, I will explain, I will map each concept and I will explain what a particular thing is called in LoadRunner and what the same thing is called in JMeter. If you see here LoadRunner versus JMeter, here, wait, terminology. I think there should be another slide. Yeah. LoadRunner versus JMeter terminology. So in LoadRunner, we call that as a script, whereas in JMeter, we call that as a thread group. In LoadRunner scenario, we call the combination of script is called as a scenario. In JMeter, we call that as a test plan. So I will explain this, this clearly explains like what each thing is called, in LoadRunner and JMeter, isn't it? Did I answer your query?
Yes. And where I get this today recording session class videos?
Akhil, I will upload to my YouTube channel.
So all this video uploaded on YouTube channel?
What is
No.
that?
I am asking for today.
Wait, let me pause recording, please.